Good morning, children. Welcome back to our Google Classroom. Today, we can discuss our fifth chapter in the textbook Honeycomb. Before starting that, let me ask you something. What are the things we have to check while we purchase a product? We have to check the color, the size, the price, etc. Right? What is the most essential thing we have to check while we purchase a product? It is the quality of the product. Here we have a short story named Quality, written by the famous English author John Galsworthy. The main characters of the story are the author, who tells us the story, Gessler brothers, the shoemakers. The story is all about Gessler brothers and the art of shoemaking. In the story, the author depicts the life of a German shoemaker, Mr. Gessler, a perfect artist who was settled in London. It is a touching account of a passionate shoemaker whose love and dedication towards his work is ruthlessly trampled under the techniques of advertisement. The author knows him as someone who works and thinks with the passion of an artist to the limit that the shoes he makes are masterpieces in themselves. But in the end, the story tells us the sad loss of an art and quality in today's world of big brands and consumerism. Let's start the story. Quality. This story, Quality, is all about the Gessler brothers who were shoemakers. They owned an old shop in a stylish part of London. The shop was very simple and was as peaceful as a church. The author had known the shoemaker for many years because he used to make boots for his father. Mr. Gessler lived with his elder brother in his shop. The shop didn't have any signs apart from the name Gessler Brothers. He used to make boots only on orders. We know that we get ready to wear shoes from the shops. No need to wait for that. But here, Mr. Gessler used to make boots or shoes only after getting the order for that. In the beginning itself, the author described the quality of the shoes made by him. As we all know, handmade shoes requires a lot of skill and labor. We need to get the good quality of leather, perfect size of our foot, etc. The author mentioned one more thing, that their customers never get disappointed because the shoes made by him was that much perfect. It was not possible to go to him very often because the boots made by him was long lasting. All these describes the quality of the shoes made by him. Once the author questioned Mr. Gessler if it wasn't awful to make those shoes perfectly fitting into the feet they were meant for. For that, the man answered with a heavy German accent, "It is an art. According to that person, the shoemaking is an art." Mr. Gessler remained in his boot making most of his times and won't talk much with his customers. The author described the appearance of the bootmaker. Mr. Gessler was always standing, wearing the same leather apron and along with holding a leather piece for the boot. He also mentioned that his shirt sleeves were always folded. The author used to enjoy resting in the wooden chair after his order by the time Mr. Gessler went upstairs to select the leather for the boots. The boots made by Gessler brothers were of supreme quality and lasted for very long time. But once, in an occasion, the author had a different experience. He complained about one of the boots to Mr. Gessler. To this, the old man promised that he would repair the shoe, and if he couldn't, then he would return the money to the author. He was a very honest and hardworking shoemaker who cared the smallest details in the boots he crafted. On one occasion, while placing an order for a shoe, the author was a bit absent minded. He was wearing a pair of boots bought in an emergency from a large shop. Mr. Gessler looked carefully and pressed at a point where the left boot was uncomfortable. With a sad face, he commented that it hurts you there. Those big firms have no self respect. They get customers by advertisements and not by their work. They charge a lot of money for poor quality boots. He told that presently he had no work and it gets less every year. The author had heard such things for the first time from Mr. Gessler. He felt bad and then he ordered many pairs of boots. After several months, he once again went to their shop, but this time he mistook Mr. Gessler for his elder brother. After a while, he realized his mistake and learned that the elder brother had passed away. He again ordered many pairs of shoes, and soon after that, he left for abroad. A year later, after returning back to London, he again went to his favorite Gessler shop. What happened then? That we can discuss in the next class. That's all for today. A YouTube URL is attached. Watch the video. The notes of this chapter is also attached. File and learn it. A test paper is included. Submit your answers as soon as possible. We can meet in the next class with the continuation of this lesson. Thank you.